It's time for Everything Noob, your source for all things gaming.
It's episode 84 of the Everything Noob podcast with Vortak, Dreadlow, and Jemmy this evening. How's it going, folks?
It's good, it's good.
It's episode E3.
It's episode E3, yes.
Yeah.
Our E3 post-coverage show. Last week we kind of touched on some of the things that we were excited about, maybe hearing about during E3. And E3 is over now? It is over, right? Yeah, it's over.
Yeah.
This is how much I kept up with it. I always go back and I read the stories and I watch all the conferences and stuff after the live thing is done. So for me, it's only just begun.
Yeah.
I spent half the
figure,
day catching up.
Where was it at?
Where was it this year? I'm looking to Jemmy because we don't know.
No, I'm not telling you. I'm not giving you this.
We are the worst gaming podcast ever. Well, anyway, I have a whole list of things to go through, though, of that E3 coverage. I think we all do. But
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Last week, though, we ended the show and we talked about a few other topics, and I want to quickly just get through those before we get into all this insane amount of content we have for you this evening, because there is a lot. There is a lot that happened.
It was a busy week.
Yeah, even after the show, right after the show, some stuff happened. So we talked about the Minecraft EULA and how people were really upset with Mojang and the Minecraft community for the way they handled it, and everyone was really worried about what was going to change in their EULA, because it's like, right. If you want a quick recap, it's always been against the rules to sell items and make money off Minecraft, and that was a really big blanket statement they just stuck in the EULA and no one ever read it. So people who have these servers charge for everything from like cosmetic items to pay to win Minecraft items. So that some guy, I guess, found this info in the EULA. Someone actually took the time to read it and then follow up with Mojang and say, hey, what's that all about? And the conversation that they had in text on Skype ended up getting put on Reddit, and then that private conversation was made public. Everyone blew up, and Mojang decided, okay, let's straighten this out now and redefine our EULA a little bit so people calm down and then play the game properly and stop making ass tons of money off our content. What?
I'm reading chat, and I think you messed up where you put our faces.
I did. I absolutely did.
You did that on purpose.
I did it on purpose. Jemmy is Dreadlow, and Dreadlow is Jemmy. I can probably fix it here. I'll work on
Well,
that.
then why did they say you look especially ugly today?
I'll just have a high-pitched voice today.
Okay, whatever. Now that we've cleared that up for the video audience.
Yeah, there we go. No one in the audio understands or cares, so it's good. Now it's really messed up. I'm working on it. Anyway, while I work on this, so we've come to our conclusion, our thrilling conclusion of the whole debacle here with Mojang and stuff, and exactly what ended up being decided. And I guess people, according to Dreadlow here, people are still mad. Well, I didn't even see that, though, so we'll get to that in a second. But what's basically been decided is that people are allowed to make money on Minecraft servers if they do it properly. You have to take the right steps. So you can only accept charitable donations. You can sell cosmetic items, but you cannot sell pay-to-win items. That's the gist of it. There's a lot more nitty-gritty details in there. Like you can even charge a monthly fee for your server if you want. Everyone has to be on equal ground. That's what they want. That's the main goal. Everyone has to have an equal part. So if you're paying a monthly fee, everyone's paying a monthly fee. Or if you're having features in there that people buy, they have to be cosmetic. They can't affect the gameplay at all. You can sell hats and things like that. So
that's fair.
Yeah. I think it's completely fair, but Dreadlow, right before the show, told me that there's a lot of big YouTubers out there that are against Mojang on this, which shocks me because I don't think that's a really unfair thing to do. But so what's going on, Dreadlow? What's going on?
Okay, well, Bebop Vox said, wish the whole EULA issue was handled as professional as this. And then he leaves a link, and we'll put the link in the show notes if you want. And it's copy a link and just I should have given this. I didn't know we were going to discuss this.
Just don't worry. Just later. Don't worry.
Summarize the link for us.
Anyhow,
read the link.
He says, but no turning back. It seems, Notch. And then he put the hashtag Save Minecraft.
But
So
I think
And
the only
then-
servers would be affected are the minigame servers, because they're usually the only ones that offered like pay-to-win services.
Those big servers might be a little bit in trouble, but they're only, like we said last week, they're only in trouble if you stop supporting them. Dreadly, you might want to reset your cam, by the way. So that's the. Oh, no, never mind. It fixed itself. So that's the biggest.
It's been doing weird stuff.
That's the biggest problem, I think, is the community is the one who is hurting Minecraft right now. Mojang helped us, honestly. Before, we couldn't sell anything according to the EULA, and then they turned around and said, you can sell some things. That's better than nothing.
Here's on this website, it's sterlingplays.com. There's somebody here, I'm not sure who this is. It's an open letter to Notch. And yeah, they're going wild with it. Anyway, it says here in the original EULA for Minecraft, you explicitly stated players could create and sell content for the game. And here's a quote from it. Plugins
Really?
for the game also belong to you, and you can do whatever you want with them, including selling them for money.
It says that in the EULA?
In the original EULA for Minecraft. And
I
it says
never saw that.
many
What I
of the
saw is you
current
can't.
large networks and modders starting developing for Minecraft when that was the only document in effect. And then since then they've actually changed it, which made it a lot more hard. You just got to really read the whole thing to actually get. I was kind of like going, I don't know what they're doing. I think Mojang's trying to protect themselves and whatever. But then after reading this, I'm kind of like, I almost want to go towards that side now. You have to read it.
I'll check it out because I still think that regardless of what they said in the past, they have every right to change their terms of service whenever they want, however they want, for whatever reason they want.
Sure, but he brings some very interesting points in this letter. You've got to read it to see
right.
it. You might change your mind as well.
I mean, maybe. We'll link in the show notes for you guys. Anyway, the last thing we wanted to get to really quick is my friend Jemmy here promised that she would listen to Ready Player One because she left me in the dust a year ago. Did you listen to Ready Player One or read it?
No, I did not.
didn't
And
think
I
so.
want to tell you
I didn't think
what
so.
happened.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So Tuesday, I was going on a road trip, and I was going to have 6 hours in the car, which would have been at least half the book.
Oh, yeah.
So here's what happens. So the night before, I get my iPod out, and I go into iTunes, and I load up Ready Player One audiobook, and also, A Clash of Kings, book 2 of the Game of Thrones.
Mm-hmm.
So I put that in there, hit sync for the podcast, everything, and, let it go. Wake up in the morning, look at the computer, everything says, everything is synced. Okay, great. It's fully charged. Get in the car, pop it in, scroll through everything. Book's not there. Neither of the books, but my podcasts are.
Probably the format.
I was pissed.
It's probably there, but it's the format.
No.
I can't read it. Oh.
I went through every file. Neither of the audiobooks were there. Nothing that I added to the music side went, and none of it synced. I don't understand what went wrong. It didn't go. And I was just so mad, and it's been a crazy week, so I didn't get around to listening to it. I was fuming
Now,
the
this was
whole
an
trip.
iPod?
Yes. One of the
Apple?
first. It does
failing
video.
us.
It was like an iPod video, I think, or something like that. Really early gen. I was just fuming all the way up there because it was great. If they remember this next week on the podcast, I'm just never going to hear the end of this. And it's not my fault.
If we didn't have so much E3 stuff to go on about, I would probably rib you a lot for that.
Yeah.
But it's not my fault.
It'd be a show in
I
itself.
made a huge, genuine effort to listen to it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
talk.
you try.
No. So, all right, we have so much to talk about. E3 was crazy, of course, and I mean, I'm sure we have things to say as to its quote-unquote craziness, but it was either crazy because they had tons of announcements or crazy because E3, in my opinion, is boring when there's no console announcements. They just kind of throw out there whatever, and it's, kind of lame. So That's both ends of the spectrum. There was some really cool announcements, though, that I'm very excited about. And then some things that I felt were kind of typical and I'm not excited about. So I made like a list of my awesome excitement.
Wait. Can I ask you something?
Yeah.
Because I didn't get through everything, like reviewing and everything. Did they announce a new Call of Duty?
I think that's the first thing Microsoft did. That's like the first thing they did when they got on stage is they just were like, Call of Duty. And
Oh, whoa.
They've got to.
yeah.
They gots to, you know?
I think that was my biggest complaint about E3 is a lot of the stuff that is going to be sequeled, you can kind of chalk up to, some of it, no, not even sequels. Like, now we're reselling games, and we've been doing it for a while, but there's been even more announcements. One thing I wrote down that, in particular, that pissed me off was they're doing another Halo anniversary for Halo 2.
Wow.
I mean, Halo 1 I can understand, but Halo 2?
Wasn't that one of the least liked ones?
I had the most fun in multiplayer. I think I played that in Halo 3 multiplayer the most, but the story-wise, I hated the dual story between the two characters, and it definitely wasn't the best Halo game, that's for sure. Halo 1 I could replay, but not Halo 2. How many times are we going to keep repurposing these games and then reselling them for like this high marked up price?
Destiny's going to be the new Halo.
As long as people keep buying them.
Destiny pissed me off too because they disannounced their PC release of that. They're not doing
again,
a PC
here we
Destiny.
go.
Yeah. And so
I think they will.
Maybe eventually, but they said, well, maybe, but we decided not to. Screw you guys. Like,
I know.
Screw you.
We all hate you.
I'm not buying a console
They're
for
getting
Destiny.
paid big time from these console companies to not make a PC version. I guarantee it. I think if Microsoft wants to get ahead in this game, because they are losing, and it was obvious in the E3 here, where all they did was made sure that everything was towards gamers and everything was about games, because they were so out there with this entertainment garbage from last time. So they really tried to, make themselves look better this year. But I think what would be so cool, and I know it can be possible, and it's Microsoft, so they should be able to get away with it. Have a PC emulator so you can play PC games on the Xbox One.
Why would they do that, though?
That would be awesome, though. You could do it that way. You couldn't do it the other way, where you would have like PS4 emulate, say, Xbox One. You couldn't do that. It would be against the law. But this wouldn't, because PC is Microsoft, right? So to be able to play PC games on the Xbox One, I think that would be a cool thing. I would get Xbox One if they did that.
But you have a PC already.
Yeah, but I mean, if I was able to put it in my living room and all that stuff, and I could sit there and I can play actual Xbox games that are exclusive for Xbox, right, that you can't get on PC, like, say, Grand Theft Auto 5, right?
Oh, but that's
Well,
coming out on PC.
It's coming out on PC
Yeah.
now. But I mean, say, like, something comes out that's going to be exclusive for Xbox One. Well, I can play it, but at the same time, I can just go over and boom, 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 go over to my games from PC and be able to play them as well on the Xbox One. Now, that would be cool.
You're saying if Xbox One incorporated like a Steam box within it.
Yeah, basically, like a Steam box. And basically, like, for instance, there's games like, for instance, I'm playing now, like Rust, The Forest, all these different games that are PC only. They're not on any consoles or anything. I'd love to be able to play those, on a console off of a big screen TV or something. That would be so cool. They could get away with it. And I really think they would be able to get ahead if they did something like that.
I'm
However,
not laughing at you, I promise.
Sony, I think, even though they didn't have a whole big selection of games, but they have a lot of big selection of games upcoming that are like soon to come, in September and stuff like that. I know Xbox has a lot of games already out there and available, but I still think Sony was the winner on this whole thing. What I liked about it too is also there was no real war between the two of them like it was last time.
Oh.
So yeah, I mean, how they were having like a little war back
Yeah.
and forth, trying to be better than that. So all it was just strictly like just getting the games out there, any new technology. I do like the fact that Sony announced that I think they said 98% of their player base used online features for the PS4, which means that they didn't actually make it, that you had to be online to use a PS4, but 98% used it anyway. So they wanted to brag about that. I think that was a little poke at
them.
Yeah. That was pretty cool. But yeah, so that's how Xbox, I think, can get ahead. If they were to do something like that, that would be so cool. Anyway, that's my rant.
I'm sorry. I was just laughing about the thought of Gabe and Microsoft sitting down to have that chat. Like, we'd like to include Steam on the Xbox One.
Well, I don't know if you could include Steam. I don't know if that would be a great. I don't think that Steam and Microsoft should get in bed together, because that would be just a nightmare. But I really think that, if they had some kind of a way to run actual PC games on an Xbox One, that would be tits.
Yeah. I wish we weren't in such head-to-head battles with these companies fighting with each other like this, because damn well we have the technology to bring, for example, let's say Titanfall had all of the people playing on Xbox and all of the people playing on PC on the same servers. Damn well we have that power. As
there should be a way to do it.
I'm saying, as like the human race, we have the technology, but that'll never happen because.
Well, just think about this, okay? All right, a great example, and I hate to bring this up, Second Life. Second Life.
Don't hate to bring that up.
You can use it on a Linux, you can use it on a Mac, and you can also use it on a PC. All three of those you can link up to the same servers, same everything, and be on the same game together with your friends that have different operating systems. So it's the same thing. They should be able to do the same thing with games. There's no reason why they can't. So.
Yeah. I mean, for shooting games, people get pissed. Oh, they have a keyboard and mouse. They're cheating. Oh, they have a controller. They're cheating.
It's harder to cheat with a controller.
Yeah.
I prefer the controller when I play Titanfall or any shooter. It just works for me better. But when it comes to like Minecraft, I prefer a keyboard and mouse. Well, with Titanfall, I use a controller. Battlefield, I use keyboard and mouse.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Titanfall just works better. Sometimes they just don't have good. They just don't work well with a keyboard and mouse. Sometimes it happens.
Well, there are games that were ported over from a console onto a PC, which, like there's this one I'm playing. It's called How to Survive, and it's really difficult with the PC keyboard. So that's the reason why I got the controller, so that I can play that game with a controller.
Yeah. So
Binding of Isaac.
Yeah.
I gotta try that.
Much better with a controller.
I gotta try it.
Really? I've seen people use a controller and like it. I still prefer the keyboard and mouse with Binding of Isaac.
I can't play it at all on a keyboard.
I can't either. You have to aim. It's just weird. I can't do it.
Oh, I love it. It's the only way I can play. But I think a controller would be the same thing. 2 joysticks versus WASD and arrow keys.
Are you still mad
you're
about
able
the
to
re-release?
use the joystick and twirl around a little bit and aim a little bit better, I think.
I am still mad about the re-release. I don't appreciate what they did to the graphics at all.
I kind of like it, but at the same time, I prefer the old style.
I think they just went backwards. You're gonna code
No,
it.
it looks cleaner.
In some ways, yeah, but the graphics themselves just look garbage compared to the current one, where it was smooth lines and nicely drawn, characters. I understand you were using Flash and you didn't like it, but if you're gonna take the time to code it in a whole nother language, take advantage of that power and give it at least equal graphics, for God's sakes. That's a rant for another day. I guess they had a demo of it at E3, I think, unless it was a different convention I saw. I saw a quick little snippet as I was scrolling through stuff. There's a lot of new features in it that are awesome, but
I'm excited.
Yeah, I'll probably play it for those, but I'm really not excited about the graphics. They look like crap.
Since we are kind of talking about consoles a little bit, I know there was the announced Alienware Steam box. Did you guys hear about that?
Alienware. Stop. Can we stop with Alienware for real?
$550. But check this out. You would believe the people that are hating on this right now, because
Yes, I would.
Yeah, I would totally believe this.
It's got like an i3 processor with only 4 gigabytes of RAM and a 500 gigabyte hard drive.
What?
Is that even a gaming PC?
It's not. And let's
I
check
wouldn't
this
check
out.
my email on that.
It said, and a custom built.
You are a
NVIDIA
snob.
GPU.
I would check my
It won't even
email on
tell
it
you what
and nothing
NVIDIA
else.
GPU it is. It's probably the lowest of the low in NVIDIA. It's just, it's terrible. People are just really like bagging on it bad. So it's a fail.
I'm going to give that one a pass.
It's definitely a fail.
And it probably costs an arm and a leg too.
$550.
$550.
Oh, well,
For a
what you get
like,
for what it is, that's not too bad.
no,
Yeah,
it's
there's
priced
a lot of
okay
games you won't
for
be able to play from Steam on it.
it's priced okay for a PC, but it's not priced okay for to be marketed as a gaming console, especially a Steam box. Where if I get a Steam box, that thing better play the latest and greatest games at the nicest quality, like any console would, because I'm spending money on a specific PC for gaming. That's a console. Like that's the benefit of buying a console.
At least 8 gigabytes of memory, at least
Now-
a terabyte hard drive, and you need at least I would expect at least an i5.
Can I ask a question though?
Yeah.
Okay, when it comes to these PCs though, they usually let you upgrade and pay more. Like, so you get to pick and choose. Like, you could upgrade the RAM and pay a little extra. Is that like the very minimum you can buy for their Alienware Steam box? Which I don't know why they would advertise that instead of the best version, but
It does
I don't
say
know.
it does kind of hint to that. So it
Because
might be that
they're
there's other
notorious for doing
grades
that.
to this, but I they won't tell you what the NVIDIA GPU is. So you're kind of like, okay, what is it?
Ew, that scares me because that makes me think it's this. No, this is a dirty word. You make
It's
it
a
scared.
custom built. It's a custom built.
Integrated.
No, that's the most important part.
That's gonna make me dry heave if the word is integrated.
Yeah.
That's a
Oh,
dirty
it's
word.
going to be integrated. I mean, the box is
God.
it's really small. It has
Oh,
to.
it hurts.
It's custom built. It's probably integrated. Won't be able
no.
to change it.
It hurts.
No, there is no such thing as a gaming PC with an integrated graphics card.
No, you're
It's
right.
just it's crazy. It's a lot of people are hating on it though. They like the idea. The idea is awesome, but the specs just ain't gonna.
I'm sorry. I have a laptop that's about, I don't know, 4 or 5 years old now, and it has very similar specs to that, but a dedicated graphics card, and it's a really nice computer for gaming. Just for one, like if you're gonna have games like, I don't know, I used to play StarCraft on it all the time, StarCraft 2 when it first came out. It was a good PC to just bring to my friend's house and have hook it up to their network and play some StarCraft, and that's the kind of computer that they've made. And
Yeah.
You. I don't think you'd be able to play Skyrim on this thing. Seriously.
no, of course not. And that's stupid because if you buy a console, you better for that price, you might as well just go out and get an Xbox or a PlayStation because you're going to get a much better product.
Or a Wii U.
Yeah, you know what? I love my Wii U. I love it.
You know what?
They did a great job.
I'm really sad about Nintendo at E3. They didn't even bother to really show up. And I knew they weren't going to really show up,
Really?
but I was really underwhelmed by their video.
Really?
Yes, because I was ready to get excited for what they had. And, like, I was excited about Smash Brothers for the DS until they really just focused on the Mii's. And I'm like, ew, stink. And, but, like, the Wii U, I was like, wow, I can give the Wii U a miss. I'm not excited.
Really?
But I'm happy that they focused on things for the Wii U, but I feel like it's too little too late, and I don't care. I was like sad with myself though, because I didn't even care about The Legend of Zelda on the Wii U. I was just like,
They
not
didn't-
moved.
It looked awesome.
It looked awesome, but they didn't show enough. They showed Legend
It
of
almost-
Zelda.
It
and they
almost looked like just a a cut scene or whatever.
Yeah, that's supposedly that's actual gameplay footage, and I would
I was
believe it.
underwhelmed.
I was underwhelmed because they didn't show me anything about the story or anything. It was a really cool scene where so and so's riding on the horse. I don't even know if that's Link or not. Riding on the horse and then like takes out this awesome bow and like goes to shoot the boss, and it was cool. It was like a really cool like thing, but that's all they showed. They didn't say anything else about it from what I could find.
Well, there is rumors that like they framed that clip of the Link in the air shooting the bow, and they're like, "Look, it's a chick! It's a chick! Link's
Yeah.
a chick this time around." And I'm like, "No,
Why
no,
would
they're
a
not going
chick-
to do that. Not now, not ever.
Why
As
would a-
much as I would love it, no, they're not doing it.
Why
I'm
would a
sorry.
chick save Zelda? That doesn't.
No, because then it'd have to be Prince Zelda,
Ugh. Why
and it's
do
just not
that?
going to happen. It's not going to happen.
No. Anyway, Zelda looked cool. What I thought was really awesome looking was Hyrule Warriors. Did you see that?
Oh, the Dynasty Warriors,
Yeah.
like Legend of Zelda.
Yeah.
Yes, I did see that.
That looked awesome. I was really excited about that. You can play as, like, I think 12 different characters from the game, and it's just a brawler. You're just running through, killing massive amounts of monsters coming at you. And Dynasty Warriors is very satisfying for that reason. You just get mobbed by hordes of enemies, and you just plow through them. It's a lot of fun.
It was just the whole E3 was just basically all these console companies just, throwing up all their games that they're having.
Myself,
It's gonna be cool. Some of
myself,
them are gonna be cool.
and a few other people believe Nintendo won. Honestly, I thought Sony did a great job. Xbox, bleh, and Nintendo, I that was my favorite because they had for me just getting a Wii U. Maybe I was a little bit.
Yeah, I think you were a little biased.
Yeah,
a
there's
little
a
biased.
lot of
reasons to be excited.
EU stuff going on there, and I really think they're really trying to press that.
You know what I've kind of thought about though with my Wii U, and you know how we talked about the 3DS when we first got those, and I was really like, oh, I love my 3DS, it's awesome, like all these games, console quality games on on this little tiny system, awesome, right?
Yeah.
Well, what I'm coming to find is Smash Brothers isn't the only game that they're going to replicate on both consoles. They also put Super Mario 3D Land or World or whatever on both. And it looks really nice on the Wii, and it looks really nice on the 3DS, and it's cheaper on the 3DS. So naturally, I'm kind of leaning towards buying it on my 3DS, but I just got this Wii U. It looks really, really nice with its awesome graphics, and it's just a nice console. I was really impressed because everyone was dogging on it so much and just not buying it. It's a completely satisfying system. I thought it was cool.
Yeah.
So,
I'm not saying Nintendo didn't win, but I was disappointed.
Yeah.
Because I built myself up to, oh, it's going to be amazing. And it was just kind of like, wow, Nintendo.
What
you're
about
really not working hard to get out of this hole, are you?
Hey, what about the devs duking it out in that game?
I thought that was pretty stupid, but kind of funny. I love how they
So
got Robot
cheesy.
Chicken. Did you see that video?
Yes.
I thought that was pretty good.
It made me roll my eyes. I'm like, please, I do not need this. Who is this for?
The second part with they were fighting, I didn't need, but the Robot Chicken thing was kind of funny. I like Robot Chicken, though. I'm a fan.
I like Robot Chicken too, but I didn't need it dressing up my E3 news press.
Yeah.
I
So,
don't know.
and Ancient in chat just said that 3D Land and 3D World are two very different games. I'm guessing that one is on the 3DS is Land and the Wii one is World. Either way, I still feel like I'm buying the same game, even if they're two different games. They're named the same thing. They probably follow the same kind of, it's Mario saving the princess, whatever, or you play as the princess in this one. I don't know what's happening, but either way, I don't want to buy the same game twice. I might make an exception for Smash Bros, though, because a lot of my friends like Jemmy here isn't there. You don't have a Wii U. You don't plan on getting one, and I'm gonna want to play it with you.
I did this past weekend because I was out at the store. I was looking at the Wii U's and I'm like, kind of want to buy one, but I'm not sure if I just want one because I feel like I need it because I'm a gamer or if I really want it.
Well, at least with Mario Land or Mario World, whatever one you're talking about, you play as a princess. At least there's a female character that you can play.
Oh, God. Let's not talk about the lack of female characters. I was really mad at Ubisoft.
You know?
So
No
At least-
female
at least
in
can.
Far Cry 4, no female in Assassin's Creed, and then they came up with BS reasons like, well, it'd take too long to do the animations. It's like 8,000 animations. Rah, rah, rah. They had a guy who used to work for Ubisoft
It said
on
it
the
was
Assassin's
easy.
Creed series. He'd be like, 2 days max.
Yeah, 2 days max.
They already
They're
have the
like,
models.
it'll take 0. I know they like they just have to create the model, and they could recycle animations from the male characters. Maybe you add in a little boob jiggle. That's only if she's well endowed.
Yeah, just give her tiny titties. She's an assassin. She should be in...
I know. She'd take
have that
those
thing,
down
yeah.
to get in the way.
Yeah.
You can't, like, jump from a high dive and, like, use those hidden blades and stuff. They're like boobs everywhere. Mm-mm.
Boobs everywhere.
He cut off a nipple.
I mean, maybe you could, like, use them as a crash device and, like, a little cushion. Kaboom. But, wow. I'm so
man.
sorry. But, no, I was a little mad about that. Because that's really sexist.
Well,
to, like,
yeah, Unity is supposed to be...
I have it.
Unity is like 4 players, right? And it's this big deal because you can 4-player co-op the story. And yeah, you could have one female assassin in the mix.
Their argument is they're saying that you're all playing the same guy, which doesn't make sense if you got
That's
4
even
of them in there.
Ugh.
It doesn't make sense. I mean,
We are past the point in gaming where we're allowed to get away with that, I think. As a game dev, I'm not a game dev. I'm just saying, from a game dev standpoint, you shouldn't be thinking like that anymore. You should be thinking, okay, people primarily play with each other online, which means it's even easier to hook up with your friend real quick and play some whatever. So
Right.
a good example is Halo. Halo tries really hard, at least I think it was Halo 3 they were doing this by this time. Correct me if I'm wrong, but in Halo, in one of the later Halo games, you could do 4-player co-op. One of you was Master Chief, and you could choose to be like either an elite or what's it called, an ODST soldier. There would only be one Master Chief, the main player. So it's kind of, in that sense, keeping to the story. Like in the old Halo, you'd have 4 Master Chiefs running around. If you did a 4-player co-op or a 2-player co-op, you'd have 2 of them.
yeah, and they could have probably done something like that with Unity. What they could have done is they had the one guy, right, the main character, and then 3
and then
other
everybody else
characters.
is from the Assassin League.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
in Brotherhood,
There you
you
go.
were training assassins. There's no reason why we can't have...
But there's only one assassin.
Yeah. Oh, ooh, you know.
Ooh.
Yeah. Seriously, no, they were all assassins, but there was only like one chosen whatever leader.
It could have been
assassins.
done. We
But
all know it
coulda-
could have
yes.
been done.
There's only one Master Chief, but he can still have an entourage with him that also capable of, fighting.
Exactly.
Yeah. So not only could they have added a female character, but we really shouldn't be having the same person duplicated 4 times. If you want to stay, if you're gonna make it this like a big co-op game, don't do that. Make me feel like my friend is somebody else.
There was a game that did it successfully. Legends
there
of
are.
Zelda 4 Swords.
4 Swords?
Yeah. Right, because you were
Nice.
the same Link, but you were split into 4 different parts.
So it made sense.
Weird.
Yeah. Because there's the red one, the purple one, the blue one, and the green one.
So whether you're playing co-op or not, those 4 parts existed.
Yeah.
I never played this game, but okay, that's awesome. See,
But they
did it
worked
right.
it into the story, so it made sense.
Yeah. Again, it needs to just, as long as it follows the story, I don't care.
But there's no way in the Assassin's Creed universe that makes sense. Everybody's jacking into the same guy.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense at
That's
all.
how they'll explain it. I guarantee it, because that's how it works. You have an animist.
Everybody's
and the guy gets in.
linked in to the a network of those beds. I can't even remember what they're called right now, and they're all the same. Like, why would you all control him? That doesn't even make sense. You think their mind would reject the
logic.
and then they'd be jacked out.
Well, see, in Watch Dogs, when you get into a multiplayer situation where you jump into the game in somebody else's game, you become one of the NPCs that are just walking around. So you could be a female, you could be a male at any moment. You wouldn't even know what you are, really. And you just basically, on your screen, you're playing as the main character.
Yeah.
But on their screen, they just see an NPC. They don't even know,
Yeah. Before we get too
know,
far away from Nintendo, I did want to touch on some of the things that the new Super Smash is going to have, though.
Oh, okay.
We have a release date, October 3rd, for the 3DS version.
Are you going to talk about the amiibo?
What is that? The Pokemon?
The little dolls you put on
Oh,
your
yeah,
controller
little-
and scan.
The
They're
little
kinda
statues.
the little Skyrider dolls. Or
I just blew
Disney
those
Infinity
off.
dolls.
I thought that was so stupid. We don't need
I
that.
don't know what they're trying
But
to
you
They're trying
can
to
level up your specific Mario.
I
They're
don't
trying
care.
really hard to bring to do something with that because it
They're-
failed.
Nintendo's trying too hard, and that I feel like it's a whole other story with how hard they're trying to take a piece of everyone's thing that they're doing
No,
and put it in
but
one
see,
thing.
Those have been in play and in planning since before the Wii U came out, because the controller, you don't have to buy a new controller to scan them.
Yeah, they go with your actual gamepad, your Wii U gamepad.
Yeah, so that means they have planned this from the start, which means
Well, I mean,
from about when that stuff started rolling out.
yeah. The thing is, again, Nintendo's just not getting it though. I mean, they're not allowing people to post their videos on YouTube. They're
More news
they're
on that, by the
coming
way.
out with these awful little statue things and stuff like that just aren't going anywhere. But they're still trying to really push it. Trying to push it. And then now
Question.
you heard about the Twitch thing, right?
No,
Yeah,
but
but hold on,
no.
Jimmy wanted to ask something.
It's about the amiibo. Like, I was watching that video and I got really confused. Do you have to have the doll to use it in Smash Brothers on the Wii version?
I hardly looked at him. I really
That
have no
scared
idea.
me. I was like, I don't really want to buy every character if I have a Wii U.
Yeah.
No, you won't have to do that. I bet it's just like a power up or something.
Okay.
It's probably something like that, something small. I was just going to go over some of the weird fighters they have. Like, they have the Mii fighters, which was kind of to be expected. Why a Wii Fit trainer?
Because a lot of people like Wii Fit for some reason.
But
I don't know.
It's lulzy.
it is pretty funny. If you haven't caught it, please go ahead and Google. If I don't put it in the show notes, go ahead and Google teamcoco.com Super Smash Bros. Or whatever gets you to their website and Conan reviewing Super Smash Bros. To the Wii U. They got an early copy, and it was hilarious. But they played it as the Wii Fit trainer, and it moves like a robot. It moves like a plastic doll.
Oh my god.
It can fight, but it is probably the stupidest thing I've ever seen in a video game. And I mean, Super Smash Bros. Was meant to be silly, but that was just like facepalm. Like, what? But yeah, Wii Fit Trainer, 33 playable characters, Animal Crossing Villager, finally. Pac-Man.
I just don't
where did-
understand. What's he going to do?
It's awesome actually. He has a net and he can like capture you and like it hurts to be in the net, and he has like basically the tools from Animal Crossing to help him fight.
Yeah, I
Oh,
know
wow.
that, but it just doesn't make sense to me. Like,
No.
that's one of the last characters I would have guessed to come to
Pac-Man.
Brawl.
Yeah, what do they have the little pebble off to the side that you can get to turn them into a monster? so you
When
can
did
eat 'em?
Nintendo get those rights? I didn't even know they.
Yeah, I know. I think Namco is Pac-Man. Namco, I think they're called.
They could have signed a little agreement where you
They
can use
could have went
Pac-Man
out
for
of-
that game.
It could have completely went out of business, and maybe I don't know.
Kojima
Maybe
gave
Nintendo
them-
bought them out.
Snake.
Really?
Huh.
Yeah, they had Solid Snake on the Wii.
Oh yeah. I remember that. Huh. Yeah. So
It could be, yeah. Could be Namco and Nintendo.
it looks awesome.
I think it's Namco. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I'm excited
one
about
of
Super
those.
Smash Bros. I might end up getting it on both systems, to be honest. I really might. Of course, the graphics will be better on the Wii U and stuff, but it's going to come out first on the 3DS, and how am I to pass that up?
I'm going to get it for 3DS. It did look fun.
Yeah. It looks like a hell of a lot of fun.
That's July, right?
I'm going to rent a 3DS from
No.
Rent-A-Center.
You're going to rent a 3DS?
No,
No,
come-
I'm
don't do that.
Just
I'm
get
kidding,
one.
I'm kidding.
October 3rd for 3DS.
3rd?
Winter
For 3DS?
for Wii U. Yeah.
I
I know. They said summer, and now it's October 3rd.
What happened?
I don't know. Nintendo happened.
Oh, well, I have a new
They
3DS
want to
game I
build
need to
up the
play through anyway.
suspense and the woo, you know.
You got a Link Between Worlds, didn't you?
Yes, I did for my
It's
birthday.
supposed to be really good. I haven't gotten it, but
Well, I have it.
I've seen people play it, and it looks like a hell of a lot of fun too. But again, my pile of shame is too high. I can't do it. So other things that were released that I was crazy excited about. Sims 4 is hit or miss for me right now. I said crazy excited, but I'm excited in some ways and also disappointed in others.
I'm kind of excited. I want to get it because I didn't have any of the Sims 3 games, so it's like I've missed out on a lot from Sims 2. But at the same time, I realize not much has changed between 3 and 4.
I wish our gaming culture allowed us to skip a couple generations of like games like The Sims, because I would only play Sims 4 and then I'd skip Sims 5 and wait for Sims 6. But I know by the time Sims 5 comes out, I will probably want it for whatever stupid reason, just because I could skip Sims 4 and play Sims 3, but Sims 4.
I thought maybe they would try to come up with an online version,
They
kind of like
before.
because they had an actual like
They tried too hard.
full. Yeah, they tried and it failed big time. But I was thinking that maybe now is the time, since they came out with the Sims, Sim City, right? Same company,
Yeah.
isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
And they came out with the online features with that. Maybe they were trying to build up to something to be able to make a lot of their games online. So I don't know.
With SimCity being online, you would think there would be absolutely no reason why The Sims couldn't have the same kind of thing going on.
Right.
It would work better, in my opinion. But Sims 4 going to have a few interesting things in terms of what they're adding from previous expansions. Probably nothing. That's one thing that pisses me off about The Sims and what I've come to realize in recent times. For example, I was streaming it earlier and people were like, "Are you excited about The Sims 4?" And I said, I'm kind of pissed actually that we're probably not going to have pets already in the game and things like that. Like things that we buy expansions because the game devs go, "I got an idea. Why don't we add this to the game? Why don't you keep it in the game and be creative next time you make a round of expansions?"
Yeah.
Nope.
Now you have to go through and buy all those expansions
what's that,
over
Tammy?
again.
I'm just because earlier today when I was watching your stream, and then I looked at the current price of the base game and all its expanded content. It's at $430, and this is at reduced cost. So if you bought everything as it came out, that's an insane price tag for a game.
That's rough. And it's
And
going
then
to go
they have
down.
to do it all over again.
Yeah, and then you get Sims 4, and then if you want those expansions, damn well they're not going to be in the base game. Pets, exactly.
Be one of the first ones that comes out.
Yep, and Pets is always one of the first to come out, and because it was so successful when it came out on Sims 1, 2, and 3, for God's sakes.
Oh, yeah.
They went through 3 games without making pets a regular thing. So it's a little bit disappointing. And you know what's really messed up? I didn't know this until I updated the game. I reinstall it on my computer. I go to stream it, and there's advertisements for other things, other expansions, during the loading screens in the game.
Like an Android.
No. Like you're playing The Sims, and there's an advertisement for an expansion you don't have.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And you can buy it. I mean, you can actually. Can you click on something to actually go to a link?
I didn't
to
try.
be able to buy it.
I don't know about that, but you can also get quote unquote sim points. And it's basically taking The Sims, a game you bought, and having a pay-to-win feature in it where you can spend real money to get sim points and then spend the sim points on things in the game. So you can have a house with your guy in it, and integrated into your market, like into your store, are things that cost sim points. And they're always there. So let's say you have $5 to your name. These really awesome things will be sitting there taunting you. Like, ooh, you could have this giant TV for a few dollars.
Wow. And
No,
then
I
you know
cannot
what's
because
going to...
I'm not
Oh,
spending
shit,
that.
yeah. And then it's going to be stuff... Then it's going to start being stuff that you were able to get in Sims 3.
Yeah.
And they're going to make it so you have to buy it with sim points. Oh.
What is wrong with EA?
They're really, I love The Sims. I really do, but they're whoring it out like crazy. Just even now, before Sims
With
4
how
comes
much
out.
you spend on those games with the expansion pack, there should be no microtransactions. Zero.
None at all.
Zip.
None at all. They shouldn't have to have that at all.
Either a game should be microtransactions, or it should be a game that you paid for and that you're done.
Yeah.
DLC, fine, but that should be like the line right there, And of course, MMOs who rely on microtransactions, that's different too. But I'm saying either you have games like Farmville, or you have games like not The Sims anymore, but like StarCraft. You know,
Yeah.
you bought StarCraft. You can upgrade
Do
your
everything
units.
in it.
Yeah, you can do everything. You upgrade your units with whatever you can afford with the currency you get while playing the game, and then you're done. But no, now we have to have a $60 game that has microtransactions and $50 expansions every time they think of something new that the game should have had originally. So
Yeah.
No, they aren't even coming up with new ideas now. It's
Yeah.
just rehashing of the old DLCs. Maybe one original EX expansion
Now,
pack,
generations for Sims 4,
yeah, exactly.
1999.
Well, that's the kind of stuff
You know,
they actually changed. Like, they changed a lot of the ways the Sims age and things like that, which is what Generations kind of did a little bit. But now what they did that was kind of nice was their Create a Sim tool, for example, is different. Now it's more of like a click and drag interface where, let's say you don't like their lips, you can just take like part of their lip and just kind of move it and like craft the sim the way you want it, which is kind of nice. A lot of new building features very similar to that. You can really detail a house now a lot more. You can build a room and then take that room, move it somewhere else. You don't have to like delete walls and put them up somewhere else.
You know what? I really wish they would do the online feature. Like, you make a house and a family, and you can put it in your online neighborhood.
Yeah, that would be
And
really
then you put
cool.
your friends list and get them in your neighborhood, and then you be friends with your friends' Sims.
Yeah, that'd be really
Yeah,
cool. Treadless
that would be
loses
cool.
Backdrop.
I know, I saw that. I was like, it just distracted me as I just watch it
Whoops.
billow away.
Ruh-roh.
Ruh-roh. So
Ruh-roh.
in that sense, I'm kind of glad that they made some of the infrastructure of the game a little bit cooler, but I'm not looking forward to, having expansions dangled in front of me. I usually stick with the base game until the next version comes out. I bought the Generations and Pets expansions because it was a 2-pack at Walmart for like $20.
Yeah, that's what I got. I got the same thing. I got the
Yeah.
same exact packet.
Yeah, and
I
that was
think I
kind of
might
nice.
get 3 in the Steam sale, which, if you haven't heard, there's a rumor Steam sale starts on the 20th this month.
That's nuts.
And then the weekly deals on Steam, there's none. So it's a really good confirmation that Steam sale is about to begin.
That's kind of early, but
It is early, so
I don't have any money.
prepare to be
I just
broke.
moved. I don't have the money for that right now.
Oh, well, you're even more broke.
But you know what I hate about this, though? I have to freaking have the disc in there to play.
Yeah, that's kind of weird too. That I
After
might
all these
if I
years?
buy The Sims 4, I'll digital download it. But you know
Wait,
what I learned about
don't
Origin?
you have to launch Origin as well with Sims 3?
Yeah, you have to launch Origin if you have
Why
the
you have
disc.
the disc?
Yeah.
I don't freaking know. It's dumb. But
Now I could actually do it that way too, and I won't have to put the disc in.
no, you still do. At least I still do.
Really?
Yeah.
After you digital download it?
No, I didn't digital download. I mean, if I
Okay.
have to run Origin while I have the disc in, it doesn't let me not have the disc in.
Yeah, you have
I-
to actually download it from Origin.
Did you guys know you can't send GIFs on Origin?
That's really sad and short-sighted.
Yeah.
What?
I went to send my dad a gift for Father's Day because he uses Origin. He plays a lot of shooters, and I thought, I'll send him this gift. It wouldn't let me send it as a gift. I could buy it. And you can go on Amazon and you can buy codes specifically for Origin, but you can't buy a game on Origin. It's on sale right now for like a really good price. Yep, I want that game. They have a bunch of sales going on. And yeah, I can't.
What?
Isn't that ridiculous?
That's
That
like
is.
Steam's biggest selling point, that you could buy gifts for everybody without actually leaving the house.
Is there like Origin points or like, their own little cash system where you can send cash?
No, I don't know if I can buy the code and give it to someone. I was looking everywhere, and there was like no option. You can buy the game and have it download direct, and that's it. So I don't know. Just a little side note. Kind of disappointing.
Yeah.
There's still so much to talk about. No Man's Sky is probably the biggest game.
Oh,
I saw.
Yeah.
I had to take all these notes on it just to remember some of the crap I
It's
saw
going
in
to be on
trailer.
PC through Steam. It's going to be on PS4.
They said PC maybe. They're working with PS4, and they said they want PC, but they have to work on it more.
Yeah.
That was something else I had to write down too. But the trailer I saw showed this like planet with dinosaurs roaming around on it, and everything's procedurally generated, just like Minecraft and games like that, where the world generates itself, or the universe in this case. And there was this ship just sitting there, and the guy walks up to it, jumps in the ship, and flies off the planet. and then it shows scenes where he's like flying through asteroid belts, battling other ships, things like that. But they're not calling it a sandbox game. It's more of an explore kind of game. It's online, but it's not an MMO because it's not made to be played with like other people. It's made to be, you're sharing this universe with people, but you could be over here and your friend could be at the other side of the galaxy, and you can go days without seeing them, and you don't have to because you're having fun doing stuff by yourself.
But I want to see my friends if I'm playing online with them.
Well, yeah, you can, obviously, but the game is made to be something you can enjoy without, because they made a really interesting point. They said, MMOs like to take people and group them together in one large area, and that's not what this game is about. That defeats the purpose. This game is about discovery and things like that.
Right. They actually said that there is stuff there there's content in the game they don't even know about because of the way it generates things. You can go to a planet and it has something completely different on there that they didn't even, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Like, oops.
It's all generated. It froze like that.
It froze on Jimmy's weird face.
I'm just confused because they have to know it's in there. They developed it.
They
said
said there's stuff out there we don't even know exists. That's what they say. I don't know how true that. You know what I mean?
Well, maybe they made some kind of species
combos
randomizer.
They didn't see.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe remember spores?
Yeah.
It could be like that, They just throw the code out there and it just randomly puts something together.
Other big games that are kind of like that. Little Big Planet 3 was announced. It's going to be on PS3 and PS4. Don't know why. I would have bought a PS4 for that game, but I guess PS3 it is. Have you guys played Little Big Planet or seen it?
No.
I wanted to play it, but Mojito has hogged the PS3, so I haven't been able to.
So awesome. That was my Minecraft before I learned about Minecraft.
Was it?
Yeah. Absolutely. It's this game. It's side-scrolling, but it's more like 3D than that because there's like layers. At least it looks like there's a lot more layers in Little Big Planet 3, but in Little Big Planet 1 and 2, there's like 3 or 4 layers, right? So your character can jump between them. So you can have one hill that goes up this way and then one that goes down and stuff like that. And you can kind of pick your path. And then everything's like drawn. It's all about making your own levels and sharing them online. And everything they make in their story levels you're capable of making, and you just take a material and you draw with it, and then you can hook up wheels to it and drive it off. It's crazy.
Wow.
Like it's the most customizable game ever, and the third one just looks fun. It just looks really awesome. If you ever seen Little Big Planet, just imagine that with more different types of playable characters and obviously more stuff to do, and
right.
It's just a really awesome game, and it looks really cool. The animation and the graphics are really, really nice. So that was another announcement. That'll be in the show notes as well.
Can the PS3 version play with people on the PS4 version?
That I don't know.
Oh, there was something about that actually. I don't know about playing together with your friends from a different console, but there was a game. I don't know which one it was. I don't know if or all of them that you can buy that were for the PS3 that will work on the PS4. But I don't know about as far as your friends online.
That game, aside from the fact that my PlayStation 3 was my Blu-ray player, that game sold the PlayStation for me.
Yeah.
I didn't know about Minecraft when I first bought it. I learned about Minecraft soon after, which is why I didn't really get the full benefit of playing Little Big Planet as much. I played the first one like crazy. I played the second one a couple times, and then I put it down because Minecraft. But it really is. It's such a cool game, and there's an awesome community that build amazing levels all the time. And what's cool is since you can make anything out of any material that they have in the game, there's themed levels like crazy. And then there's also little costumes you can buy. What's called a sack man or sack boy. And
it's a boy.
Sack man.
He's not a man yet.
You can dress him up like characters from different games. So,
oh wow,
it's such a cool game. It has a really nice community aspect around it. And if Minecraft didn't exist, I think more people would have Little Big Planet. I truly believe that.
Maybe if they put it on PC.
Interesting.
Yeah, it should be on PC. I'd play that on PC. Hell yeah.
Well, I say the same thing about Animal Crossing. It should be on PC.
Yeah.
But anyway.
I've Googled before I actually had my 3DS, because I always looked at Animal Crossing. I'm like, I want that game. I want that game. But every time I like want to buy it, it's like never being sold anymore because I missed that ship or whatever. And nobody like takes a used copy in because apparently it takes forever to play through the game. So I would be like, well, surely there's a PC game that sort of emulates that. No, there isn't.
They need to get on that because
I
Animal
tried
Crossing,
so hard to find one.
You could do
I can't
a
find
really awesome Minecraft mod. There might be one out there now. I tried to find one not long ago, and there was a really crappy one, but there might be a nicer one by now. You could kind of look and see if there's like a server or a mod that makes you can make an Animal Crossing
what's
style
interesting
server.
is this thing keeps track of time. It's linked to our human calendar.
You could do
It's
that with a
linked to our-
Minecraft server.
You could do
Yeah,
that
with
with an
server,
MMO that
Yeah.
does nothing.
Where it's got real time, and you go on there, and if you haven't been on there in a few days, it's like in the background, it's been still going, even though it's all completely off. Because it
If you don't play for
It's
a while,
amazing.
like I had a situation not long ago where one of my favorite animals moved away because I missed their birthday.
yeah, see, I mean, stuff like that. It's just hilarious. I love it.
No, it's not. It's sad because they don't
so
come
that-
back.
I love it. I was like, what
I
the hell?
had
It's
a
my
little
fault.
guy.
I blew it. You know what I mean?
He
You know,
was-
if you
he
don't
was
take
like,
care of your
"Oh,
farms, they
move."
all die. You know, it's like.
And I told him
oh,
bye.
crap. I haven't been on in a while, and all my tulips
Wait.
died.
What?
You
I
told
didn't like that NPC. I was like, I hate this guy, and he's offering to move. Peace.
they come up to you and they're like, I think I've overstayed my welcome here in
Yeah, you
in
have.
Pittsville, and I want to leave. And
Even when you shut the game off wrong, if you don't save it before you shut it off, this dude comes at you and gets all mad at you,
Exactly.
threatening that he's going to delete your world save. It's just a hilarious game. I just love it. It's just it's so
didn't-
real.
they
It's
didn't say
weird.
anything about Animal Crossing on the Wii U, and I know they're going to make one eventually, but I'm kind of glad they didn't because I'm still working on my DS version. I actually started a
They're
blog.
waiting.
I started a blog on everythingnoob.com. I'm going to try it for every week I'm going for, of showing my progress of my town as it is right now. 'Cause
Yeah.
I have a bunch of projects and stuff I want to finish up, so I'm kind of writing like a little journal on the website if you're interested. I'm going to put screenshots and things like that from my town.
It's like an expanded version of Pets, you know, like a little pet simulator on your iPhone or something.
Oh, I
It's
don't
just,
need a
that's
pet.
what Animal Crossing is. It's just this big old expanded version of it because you have to be available and be there at, you know, you can't just let the game, you can't just shut it off and then not come back for a while. You're going to have
your
some problems
flowers
when you
die.
come back. Yeah. So it's like,
You can set up an ordinance where your stuff doesn't die. I did that when I knew I wasn't going to play for a while.
Well, I mean, I never know what I'm not going to play for a while, though.
Yeah, I actually
I
decided
don't plan that out.
I decided I just got this new game and I'm not going to play this for a while, so I put up the don't kill my crap ordinance, and now they plant flowers everywhere. I just went and cleaned up my whole town full of flowers that were everywhere, and
oh my
but
God.
weeds don't grow and flowers don't
Weeds.
die. So anyway, the one thing I wanted to mention, I don't know if they brought it up at E3 or not, because for me this was kind of separate news. I've learned about this outside of E3, but Battlefield Hardline went into beta. And I wasn't really interested, but I was actually talking to Darknewt the other night. He was playing it. It sounded pretty cool, and I signed up. Hopefully I'll get in. But I guess this is kind of like you take Battlefield and give it like a cops and robbers spin.
It's like
Yeah.
Counter-Strike.
Where, you know, I don't know if are you playing against other players that
Yeah.
are criminals and you're
Yeah.
police.
You can like get in a cop car and drive around. You try to arrest the
Yeah,
other team.
yeah.
It looks like a lot of fun. So if anyone out there's heard of that, that's out in beta right now at this very moment. But it probably won't be out
Is
for
it too
too
late to
long.
sign up?
No, it's not. You can hit. I'll leave a link in the show notes.
Good.
But you can just Google Battlefield Hardline Beta and get in. So that's out there too. Everything on my list I pretty much covered. I have a bunch of things I didn't care about, but why mention them?
We got through everything today.
Yay! Uncharted
We
4, Halo 5, Halo 2 Anniversary, Arkham Knight. These are things, Rainbow Six Siege. These are the things that people were really excited about that I personally am not going to be playing, so I don't really care.
Wow.
Yeah, I just wanted to mention that.
Halo
Uncharted
versus
is supposed
you.
to be amazing, and I want it, but it's a PlayStation exclusive that I just don't know if I'm going to get to it or not, just because of my pile of shame. But it looks like a lot of fun. Halo 5, because I'm not getting an Xbox One. Rainbow Six, because I've never played Tom Clancy games. Tried it once, didn't like it.
If you never played any of the Splinter Cells, I love them.
I tried. It was a long time ago, though. Maybe they're better now. And then, Arkham Knight. The Batman games look cool, but I haven't even played the Arkham Asylum yet, so I haven't cared that much.
I got Arkham City and Arkham Asylum. I've played through about half of Arkham Asylum.
When I played the demo, it was awesome, but I have it. It's my pile of shame. So,
yeah,
those are just some things I was aware of.
Well, one of the things that we didn't touch on when we were talking about Nintendo was, because I wanted to touch on this, is the Twitch streaming thing.
Oh yeah. We don't have any,
where they said
we
that
have, like,
the
no
reason
time,
why
but quickly.
Well, they said they didn't want to do it because they didn't find any fun in it.
Nintendo just needs to jump on the bandwagon and go away.
Let us do YouTube and Twitch, and you guys will be all right.
There was more news
Because
about.
you don't think it's fun doesn't mean other people don't.
Yeah, there was more news about their YouTube partnership stuff, and they just said that kind of what we predicted they would say. We want to make sure the people representing our games do it in a positive light and don't, kids are watching, blah, blah, blah. In reality, I think they're just after more money, and they're using that as an excuse. That's my personal opinion. But eventually, soon, we'll be able to kind of quote-unquote partner with Nintendo and be under review, and then we can make videos of Nintendo games on YouTube. But to not have Twitch integration on the Wii U is the one thing that it's missing, I think, from these other consoles. But the Wii U's nice. It just, there's too many similarities between it and the 3DS, and I kind of feel like I own the same system twice. Just one plays on the TV and one doesn't. But it's still really cool. It's a nice system. But anyway, unfortunately, we got to wrap up. I did kind of expect to go over this time around, but I didn't want to go too far over. That's E3 2014. We did it.
Yeah.
Next year.
Yay.
Woo! Yay! 365 days.
Exactly. All the links
Plus or minus.
And more will be in the show notes of just things that we were either going to or did talk about with E3. So be sure to go to everythingnoob.com for that. Leave your opinions on everythingnoob.com or hit contact us button, or just tweet us what you thought of E3 and things like that. And we just want to thank you guys for listening. Leave us a rating on iTunes if you're over there. It helps the podcast out tremendously. And that's it. That's all she wrote. All right. I was going to wait for you guys to say anything, but yeah.
See ya.
We'll see you next week. Thank you guys for stopping by.
Thanks for listening to the Everything Noob podcast. Be sure to visit everythingnoob.com for previous episodes, show notes, host bios, and blogs. And while you're there, feel free to write us with any questions, comments, or suggestions you may have. Don't forget to check out the links to our Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch TV channel as well. On behalf of the Noobs, see you next week, and happy gaming.